Hi guys, it's Drina. I just wanted to come on very quickly to say I'm getting ready to start my ketogenic lifestyle and diet. I don't usually go live these days much anymore, but just wanted to say hey to anyone who is still kind of actively following my channel. My cat's zooming into the door and being a mad basket because there's flies around, so he's just I'm getting things pop up on my screen. Hey, how you doing? I believe your name is Chris. Is that right? Um, Miso is jumping up at the door trying to catch a fly. So, you know, he's being a little mad dude racing around. Hey, Chris. Um, yeah, so I'm making my banana and walnut cake again today. I'm going to enjoy that and take the rest of it to my friend because my partner doesn't eat banana. But banana is not part of the keto diet because it is too high in carbs and sugars. Now, the main reason I'm going to be doing, yes, I know, food is yummy. I love food, as we can tell. I'm not a little girl. Um, but I do need to lose weight. I recently tore up my right knee. When I was 14, I tore up my left knee, and that makes exercise really difficult. So we all know that if you're carrying more weight and you have joint problems, that's really not an ideal situation. And I'm in my early 40s now, and I want to be aging as pain-free as possible. So I'm looking at doing this lifestyle for a few reasons, changing to a ketogenic diet and lifestyle. One, because I do need to drop weight. I need to get out of the obesity range so that my joints and my body are feeling a lot better. Two, just get rid of the inflammation. That's going to help even more. And three, from everything I've researched, it actually seems like it's going to be a good fit for me and my body, and the foods that I am allowed to eat on there, a majority of which are fats, good fats, things like avocado, olive oil, some, healthy fish fat from having things like mackerel and salmon and tuna. Oily fish is really good for you. And of course, eating grass fed, as organic as possible meats. Sorry if my hand was over the sound before, so you might not have heard me clearly. But yeah, so looking at changing it up for a variety of reasons, and having good health and feeling really good in my body is my motivation. I'm not doing this for anyone else. I'm not doing it for a look. I am quite comfortable with the way that I look and present. It doesn't matter how small or big I am. I'm blessed, I guess, to not have the type of extreme body image and confidence issues that a lot of women have. Um, it doesn't mean I don't suffer with some of those issues from time to time, but I just really want to feel good. I want to feel energy and feel that I can get through my day and get on with my life. If I'm going to be living this life in this body right now, I want it to be as happy and healthy as it can be. So I need to give myself the best chance to do that. So the first few weeks of switching your fuel that you burn from carbohydrates to fats, which is done through the, the keto diet, when you're eating mostly good fats, 20% protein, and 5% carbs, which you get through the different vegetables that you do eat. Oh, that's good, Chris. Yeah. And I notice for some people, that's a really um, a more beneficial approach, is just having smaller portion meals. I know that there are times where that's really helped me as well. Um, but yeah, different strokes for different folks. And I'm certainly not a GP. I'm not doing this as someone coming from like any kind of an expert professional background. It's not like that. I'm not telling anyone to go and start this diet. But I have been researching for myself, and so I'm looking at doing that, the keto diet combined with a a bit of intermittent fasting. I don't think I'll do the intermittent fasting straight away. I want to give my body a chance to adapt to creating ketones and burning fat as my main source of energy fuel. There's Miso. He's chasing flies, aren't you, Miso? Are you having fun? Say hi, YouTube. Hi, Chris. What you got there? Is it flies? Oh, flies hiding. Yeah, so I'm doing it for great health, and it takes a little while. I think they say that, you know, you're quite likely to experience keto flu, which is an earlier flu, but you can have symptoms like constipation and like maybe feeling a bit dehydrated, lightheaded, headaches, cramps, muscle cramps, things like that. And that's simply because when your body is adjusting to a different metabolic way, so your body is learning, you're giving your liver the chance to create the ketones that it needs and switching to burning the fat and ketones rather than carbohydrates. With your initial weight loss, a lot of that can be water loss, and that's why you can have those unusual side effects. And it does pass, but it is generally in the first 2 weeks that you're going to experience that. And there are a few things that you can do for that. My friend who started a keto community Facebook page was saying that what she's been doing and she's found really helpful is juicing up celery and having that first in the morning, like having that fresh juice. Also, from the studies I've been looking at and what I've been reading, I'm just live on Facebook now, is adding like good quality salt, like pink Himalayan salt or sea salt, rock salt, to your water, so that you can then also, you want to replace the electrolytes that you lose through the water loss in the initial stages of weight loss. But it does become fat loss eventually, because your body has to change, and once you're keto adaptive, then it's fine. Everything starts to balance out and those negative symptoms go away. There is a misunderstanding that the brain needs carbohydrates to function. I think that's one of the biggest things that is out there that is actually proven to be a myth. The very few carbs that you do have in the ketogenic diet, it's fine. Your body also in time learns to burn efficiently both carbohydrates and ketones. So you can, it's like, it's a good thing. That's a good thing. I don't have the most scientific mind to explain it all, but you can YouTube this stuff. Dr. Stephen Finney is actually really good to follow. He's involved with a group called Virta Health, Virta, Virta, and Health, Health. And he has been living the lifestyle himself since around 1980. He was the first person to coin the term keto adaptation, and he also started calling his way of eating and lifestyle nutritional ketosis. That's what he called it, nutritional ketosis, because you're very carefully monitoring the balance of the amount of fats, proteins, and carbs that you're getting. Generally, it's like no more than 5% carbs, which recommended is about 15 to 20 grams net carbs, 20% protein. Oh yeah, Gatorade's really good. Matt drinks that too when he's been in the shed doing all his creative stuff. He does leather work and woodwork and stuff like that. So you often hear him in the background of my videos walking around or doing whatever he's doing. And yeah, 75% fats. But again, that's coming from like coconut oil, olive oil, butter, some cheeses you can have, cream cheese. But again, you want to make sure that they're quality fats. So you want to try and get like organic butter and grass-fed meat products and stuff like that. Yeah, so I'm a bit slow in getting motivated. I do need to get my kitchen clean. So I'm probably just going to have to put some music on YouTube and get my butt motivated and moving, because I really, really want to clean out the fridge and the cupboard so that I'm as organized as I can be, because tonight I'm going to do a bit of a shop and then start cooking first thing tomorrow morning. I'm also going to be downloading and buying a app called Carb Manager, and that essentially is created for the ketogenic diet and community. So you can get the information you need there. Initially, you enter your age and your weight and your height and all your details, gender, yada yada. Everything gets worked out for you, and that way you can strictly follow the ketogenic diet, and it works out, you know, how much you need in grams for whatever food you're considering, but more specifically to you, because everyone's body's different, everyone's starting point is going to be different, you know, and it kind of works, this sort of diet works in a way that it balances you out. So say if you're starting and you're like myself and you're overweight, by having all the nutrients from this diet, you will lose weight and your body will get to a place where it's natural and normal size and shape for you, and that's where it will just start to plateau, and you'll be healthy there if you're following the keto diet correctly. But then again, if you are underweight and you commence the diet, you will start to put a bit of weight on until you get to a point where your body is healthy. So I am new to this. I'm not a professional expert. I just wanted to share on my channel my journey. And again, I'm not recommending that anyone goes on the diet. I'm just saying this is what I'm doing for me, and I'm happy to talk about it and my experiences as I start and progress with it. And I'll hopefully be putting up like videos of food that I've made, just to give you an idea, example of what I might eat for lunch or breakfast or dinner. And of course, like if anyone sees this video, I'll most likely upload it after I've finished talking. Yeah, just leave a message if there's something that you'd like me to talk about specifically. And as I'm learning and going through my experience of keto lifestyle, then I'll share it accordingly. Yeah, so today's aim is to download the app and get an idea of what I'm going to be shopping for tomorrow, or even tonight if I've got time. I might go and do a little shop tonight, and then yeah, also this afternoon trying to clean up my kitchen, enjoy my banana and walnut cake for the last time. Yeah, but I'll be eating lots of nuts and things like that, so you know, eggs, meats, nuts, seeds, macadamia nuts, walnuts, pecans, some almonds, and Brazilian nuts. They tend to be the best nuts to consume on the keto diet. I'm going to be looking at making my own stock, so my own beef broth and chicken broth. Again, that's really, really healthy. All the collagens and nutrition that you get from the broth itself, from the bones of the animal, is really, really healthy. Again, try and source as clean produce as you can. So I'm going to be hitting up some of the organic grass-fed meat places around in and around my town. Yeah, and lots of greens, a lot of greens on keto. You want to try and eat top 3 vegetables that I've been watching an American guy, Thomas DeLure, I think his name is. He's very ripped and very fit, but he's also really easy to listen to because he's quite down to earth, and he's obviously well educated and tries to share that information on really easy to understand kind of a level. Yeah, so his YouTube channel is Thomas DeLure, just his name. He has said the best 3 veggies to eat on keto diet are asparagus, cabbage, and bok choy. So leafy greens, spinach, the Asian greens, pak choy, bok choy, choy sum, all those sorts of vegetables are really, really healthy. You want to stay away from things like potatoes and tubers, so carrots, parsnips, weeds, turnips, sweet potato, all that kind of stuff is a no-go because they're high in sugars and carbohydrates. Carbohydrates convert to sugar in your liver, just so you are aware. I believe that's what is correct. I need to really learn a bit more about these things. But yeah, basically carbohydrates do convert to sugar or fat and get stored as that in your body. So eliminating majority of that is definitely going to help if you're looking for weight loss and good health. So yeah, mushrooms. Yes, for what I have read, you can eat mushrooms. And that's the other reason I'm going to get the app, because it goes into very specific detail. Like if you enter in, I think even the types of mushrooms that you can buy, the quantity that you're using, like, I don't know, half a cup of button mushrooms or whatever, you enter that in, and then it gives you the net carb grams of, the net carb of the gram of carbohydrate in that particular quantity of vegetables. So you actually know, as you're adding it up through your day, how much you're collectively using. And as long as you're staying within your range that you need to have for yourself, then that's fine. So yes, mushroom is one of the things that you can have. And on that page that my friend has set up on Facebook, she actually does this really amazing looking burger, and it's like, cheese that you can eat, beef patty, bacon, and she's done it with the field mushrooms, like these large gorgeous field mushrooms. Like one is on top and then another underneath as the base. So instead of having your carby bread, you've got your nice field mushroom as your bun. That's just one way to do it. Making things like your mayonnaise from scratch. So having things like a blender and something that chops and grinds things, like for your nuts and your seeds. She has put up a really cool looking type of a seed bread that you can do, which you put things like flaxseed, hemp seed, different seeds like psyllium husk and pepitas and sunflower seeds, and I think some nuts, coconut oil and things like that. Yeah, matcha tea is apparently a really nice beverage, and adding the matcha powder to like coffee. They say coffee on keto is really, really good and does help again with the weight loss. So if you're having that, that can be really helpful. And that guy Thomas that I was talking about on his channel, he also talks a little bit about, he's got a lot of different videos, but he talks a little bit about the bulletproof coffee, and how that when you're doing the bulletproof coffee, where you're putting all the fats and the butter and coconut oil or whatever you're putting in there, your fat quota, that's meant as a meal replacement. So you wouldn't get up in the morning and have a bulletproof coffee as well as a keto breakfast. You would either have one or the other. But if you're just having your standard coffee with a bit of cream in it, that's fine. It's only when you're doing the bulletproof coffee, which has quite a large amount of fats and creams and things. But again, you'd be using, if you're doing a strict keto, or you've got some other information downloaded on different vegetables and foods and oils and butters and creams and fats and the serving size and how much you're getting as a net carb out of that, then you'd be able to work out what your ratio is and how much you're putting, whether you're putting a tablespoon or a quarter of a cup of that kind of a product into your drink, into your coffee. So yeah, but yeah, the matcha stuff, I haven't. I've had it like in some Japanese products, like things like mochis or ice creams, or sometimes in a drink when I've been at an Asian food influenced cafe or something like that. But I haven't had matcha tea by itself, but I don't mind the taste and the flavor. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you an anti-inflammatory type of drinks are really good to make up. So something I like drinking, which I'm not going to be drinking now because we don't have sugar in keto, is like kombucha. So that's like fermented, some kind of fermented bacteria, but usually has, what do you call it? A bit of raw organic sugar in there for the sweetness. But yeah, things, you just got to think alternatives. So things like having the matcha tea. I have like an Australian product that's it's called Rugenics, and they're a Perth-based, Western Australian-based company. So in my state, WA, they have a type of tea that they've cleverly named Anflamity. So its properties are anti-inflammatory. Oh, my house is such a mess. Oh, don't look. All right. So I'm trying to get it so the light's not going to. So essentially what this has in it, okay, so it's organically grown lemon myrtle. So you're looking at plant substances. Hello. I think it was soporific. Sorry if I haven't got your handle correct, but hello. Just talking about keto diet and beverages. So Chris and I were talking about bulletproof coffee as opposed to just a standard coffee, and also matcha, green matcha. And it's like a Japanese product, sort of green tea tasting, often coinciding with green tea desserts and things like that. But I'm just looking at a Western Australian company called Rugenic, and they do a whole heap of different plant-based, herb-based teas. And this one in particular is native inflammatory, is what they call it. So it's really good for inflammation. So it says the delicious combination of 3 Australian superfoods with the powerful inflammatory properties of turmeric makes it the perfect tea to support and nourish the incredible machine called your body. Yeah. So we have, the ingredients are organic, and it is lemon myrtle, turmeric, mint, and native lemongrass. Soporific sheep, hello. Yeah, turmeric is really good, right? Lemongrass, black pepper, and wild harvested pepper berries. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I'm gonna see if I can. I can see the bottom. There's a lot of turmeric that's gone down to the bottom of the jar. Look, it's a kangaroo with green leaves on his back as wings. That's kind of cool. There you go. You can see some of the different things. It's actually quite and there's no sweetener added to this. They do a really lovely natural honey as well, and there's no sweetener added to this, but it just tastes naturally sweet. But when I look at it, then I think the lemon myrtle and the mint definitely give it a certain sweetness that's really nice. Yeah, so I really like it. I really like it. I think everyone has, different tastes. Like if you're someone who does like tea, often, we have very, very, taste buds and what we do and don't like. Some people really like that kind of astringent, bitter taste that you get with really strong green tea. I don't specifically like it. You should brew some. How do you brew it? Yeah, easy. Easy, mate. So Aussie of me, isn't it? It's real easy, mate. What you do is you simply, I think you use about like a teaspoon per cup. So if you don't, what does it say? 1 large teaspoon to 500 mils. So to about 2 cups of boiling water, you're adding 1 large teaspoon. Brew it for 10 to 15 minutes. Drink hot or set aside to chill. The tea leaves can be rebrewed up to 3 times. So what I like doing is I actually have a teapot, and I like to put this in the middle of my teapot. I'll put just like a couple of teaspoons, large teaspoons, and then I'll just boil up 2 to 3 cups of water and pour it in. And then that is essentially enough for like 2 to 3 cups of the product, and it sits there nicely brewing away, and I just pour it and have some natural honey that I've got from a friend as well. I'll show you my honey. I'm going to miss the honey. I'm not going to be having any honey or sugar on keto. And, occasionally I might be having a bit of sugar and stuff like that, but it's not, I'm going to give myself at least about a month. So at least 28 days. And then it might be just like a little treat. Like one day I might just brew up a pot of, I like making just a stock standard chai. So I'll put tea leaves in. Here's one I prepared earlier. So Narada leaf tea. So this is another, I think, Australian company, and it's just plain tea, plain black tea. And I've got cardamom pods, black pepper. I don't put turmeric in, but I mean, you can add turmeric to stuff, doesn't matter. Either or, whichever. I put cloves. Oh, this cupboard is absolute mess. Such a messy pantry. So I've got cloves there that I put in, and fresh ginger. I cut off a piece of fresh ginger, and I don't have any cinnamon sticks, and I don't add I mean, you can add other things like fenugreek and I don't know what else other people add to chai, but it's not like your imagination. You just use whatever you like and whatever your taste buds desire, right? But yeah, I add fresh ginger in there as well. So they're the things I add. And this is my cute little teapot. I love it so much. And my friend gave me this really cute stand, like one of those heat, what do you call it? Like, when you've got like hot food and it's in a pan, or taking something out the oven. It's like a thing that you sit stuff that is really hot on a pad. I don't know. What do you call these things? I can't know. I can't brain well today. Oh, well, you get that. Oh, the honey. That's right. I was going to show you the honey. No, I haven't got it there. Got it here. 100% West Australian honey. Just yummy honey. I've got a friend who gets into growing her own fruits and vegetables. She was keeping bees. 100% premium raw honey, locally produced in WA. So that's not her honey. I used to get her honey from her, but then her bees went away, so they weren't happy for whatever reason. Bees are very sensitive, finicky creatures, so if their environment isn't conducive. I have mother's milk tea, green tea, iced tea bags, and instant tea. Nom, nom, nom. Yeah, I've got lots of different teas in here, Chris. Look at this. I don't know if you can see it. There's along with alcohol bitters, I've got rooibos, vanilla flavored rooibos. I've got Madagascan vanilla, monk pear. What are you? Coco Loco. So it's like, tisanes, because they don't have artificial stuff in it, and some of them don't actually have tea. So when it's just a herbal thing without actual tea leaves in it, then it's called a tisane. Yeah, so they're from the T2 shops. I don't know if America has them, but then I went to this. I went to a high tea in late October last year, and this is White Lychee #1 hand rolled tea by Dilmar. So I think it's like white tea. So before you get green tea, when the tea plant is, look, it's a little fancy container. Hey, Rockin' Roberta and Milo. We're talking tea, honey. Tea and all things yummy. Well, whatever you like. Yeah, so before the green tea, I thought you'd like that. That was just for you, baby. Before the tea plant is like fully matured in black tea or sort of halfway through and it's green tea, when it's younger, mother's milk tea. I don't know what those teas are. I don't know. I mean, obviously we're in different countries, so we're going to have different brands, right? Yeah, you get the early part of the harvesting of the white tea, silver tea, white tea. Anyway, it's really nice. I actually prefer it to green tea because it has a really softer, more subtle flavor to it. And if you get a really good one, it's so delicious, very delicious. But some of the things I'm going to miss from being on a keto diet will definitely be some of the what's it called again? Oh, white tea. So you know how you get green tea? I think it's all just from your stock standard tea plant. So yeah, before it's yeah. So you know when you're just looking at your tea bags and your black tea, it's the same plant. It's just that it's more matured. Then they pick it when it's really kind of ripened. The halfway maturity or whatnot is the green tea, and when it's like a baby leaves and just starting to sprout and grow, then they pick those leaves and they call that white tea. So yeah, it's just the earlier hibiscus tea. I like hibiscus tea too. Yeah, rosehip and hibiscus tea are delicious. For those of you who don't know, I'm Croatian, and us Croats in the old country, we is having that tea, isn't it? So yeah, like my family have often had Croatian products that are like jams that are made with like hibiscus and rosehip stuff. But there's a lot of there's like a certainly you guys would have it in some of your ethnic food stores in America as well. There's a well-known Slavic brand called, I think it's Podravka, which actually just is, I think, like a Slavic word for food. Oh, so original. But they do really nice, they do yummy, sort of sour but slightly sweet plum jam, like a prune plum jam, and it's so tasty. See, things like that I will miss. Like, I don't have a huge sweet tooth, but I love having, what do you call it? Like, yeah, something like a really nice pastry or a really nice crepe with just some fresh butter and a bit of that kind of sour, sweet type of jam. Like, I love apricot jam, like the dark berries, like blackberry or what else? But yeah, the plum. I know. Yeah. So Roberta, just to catch you up, I am looking at going full ketogenic diet. On Facebook, I've got a friend who has started a Facebook community page called Keto Community. She has an autistic daughter. She's had her, oh yeah, orange marmalade. Mwah. Love that kind of stuff. Exactly. That's my kind of stuff. I love that kind of stuff. She has a group that is called Keto Community. Literally just started last week, Friday. She's been on the ketogenic diet. Oh, cool. I'll do it with you. I've been wanting to do that. Cool. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I'm not... I have to apologize, Roberta, because I'm not very good at all these, like WhatsApp and all these other things to like communicate with you outside of the Facebook, YouTube community. But we can send each other messages on YouTube here anyway, so I'll work something out. But yeah, I'm going to, because we're eliminating carbs and sugars, yeah, I'm hungry now too. And I've been saying to Chris that I'm going to make my banana and walnut bread for the last time, because banana is a no-go on keto. Really, the only fruits that you want to eat on a keto diet is about half a cup of berries a day. So things like, half a cup of strawberry, blueberry, or raspberry. They're the three, I think, main berries, or, even if you're going to have blackberries. But you want to limit to just a quarter of a cup, not half a cup, quarter of a cup. And, whether that's a combination of a few of those berries or just one of those types of berries, and that's fine. But yeah, so for this first week, I want to be as gentle on myself as I can, but want to also be quite firm with my getting into it. So I've been kind of looking at some of the things that that I'll need to get started. So like having good meats and eggs and avocados and lots of leafy greens. Barramundi. I don't know how much you guys would get barramundi in your waters in America. Thanks, Roberta. I'm proud of you too, sister. Like, you are so inspirational. I love watching you and your channel. Yeah, and it doesn't matter where you are in life. You can start again. You can start again in each moment. Never heard of that fish? Yeah, barramundi, mate. That you can get at the top of Western Australia in my state. I don't mind it. It's not my favorite fish. My partner is the same. It's not his favorite fish. I actually don't mind it. You're welcome. But the problem is that I'm such a foodie snob when it comes to like really eating well. Like, I don't like river caught fish. With that fish, good night, sweetheart. We'll chat again soon, no doubt. And I hope you sleep well and have a really good rest. Look after your body. Have beautiful dreams. I adore you too. You didn't get to see miso and mochi and the rest of them. Oh, jelly is on the fridge. Yeah, thank you. I'll be making updates and little short videos that I'll upload, so you'll get to catch up through there, and possibly I'll try and do a live once a week as well. Yeah, so, but I do like barramundi. It used to be one of my favorite fishes, and then as I started eating more fish, I was like, not my favorite anymore. It's a healthier fish if you can get it wild in the ocean. If I'm ever out in a boat, and it's caught out in the ocean, then hells yeah, I'll eat it. It'll be good. Yeah, but oh my God. I think that's the dream for me, is living by the ocean and being able to just get fresh seafood directly from it, rather from river systems and farms, because we can't like guarantee that it's as fresh a fish as you can get when it's from a farm or a river, unfortunately. But again, like, you've got to be careful with the types of fish that you eat, and knowing whether it's high in mercury or not, and how many times a week you would eat that fish, so it doesn't build up an imbalance of that specific mineral in your body, or toxin, or whatever. Balance is so elusive though. Oh, I can imagine it would be expensive. Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? Like, trying to access food that is optimal for you and your body. A lot of it's going to be depending on where you are in the world and what's accessible, so sometimes it's literally about being realistic, and it's like, okay, well, if I can't get that fish source, if I can't get a really good fish source, not an actual source, but the source of the location of where you know what I'm saying, trying to get access to that particular food source, then, you know, sometimes it's about supplementation, like, you know, fish oil tablets or glucosamine or collagen tablets or something like that, so that you know that your body is getting maximum nutrition that it can get. But wherever possible, yeah, pork, chicken, and beef. Pork, chicken, and beef is so good. I like all meats. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I am a carnivore. I mean, yes, I eat vegetables, but meat is where it's at. I love meat, poultry, fish, seafood. Like, yeah, I mean, you know, I'll eat all. That's my type of umami is those unctuous, delicious cuts of meat and seafood, and oh my god, I love food. I'm getting hungry now. I'm gonna have to go and have another meal today. I've had a banh mi. Talking about food, I've actually had a really nice Vietnamese banh mi fresh roll. Bread is something I'm not going to be eating as of tomorrow. Um, so yeah, I'll miss grains. Are you laughing because I'm a carnivore? Carnivore, I'm a beast for life. I am a beastie girl for life, yo. Um, love meat. I'm not gonna lie, I love meat. It's just butter, cheese, meat, yes please, and they all tick the box for keto diet. So yeah, I'm quite chuffed about that. That's good. I'm stoked. I'm gonna get into it. Never wasn't into it, but you know, now I know what I have to cut out to get my body getting into a ketogenic state. And I've been eating chocolate. Like last night, I was like, when I had a Vietnamese pho, you know, the raw beef soup with the rice noodles and that yummy pork broth, the stock that they make as the basis of the soup, with, you know, mint and Vietnamese like basil and coriander and a bit of onion and chili and stuff like that. Oh, it was really, really good. And yeah, no, I'm not going to be eating legumes. So, like peanuts, I don't. Peanuts are not my favorite nut. I know I ate them last night though, because they give them out at the particular Vietnamese restaurant I went to. But yeah, so like lentils, like that delicious red lentil curry that I made. No rice. I love basmati rice. It's like one of my favorite things to eat. But yeah, so no to that. I've not tried emu. That's one of the things I haven't tried. I have had kangaroo, but I've not tried emu. I've not tried snake. I've not tried lizard, goanna, which is what the one of the words, the Aboriginal words for the type of, yeah, basmati is good, type of lizards that we have in our country that the Aboriginal people eat here, and neither have I tried crocodile. So I guess just like you guys would have in all your different places, what would you guys eat? Armadillo, or some people would. Armadillo. Yeah, right. Emu looks like beef. Yeah, it'd be all like that gamey kind of meat. And gator, you guys would be eating alligator in different places there. But no, I haven't tried emu. I have had some like really good ointments and stuff with emu oil in it. So not like, you know, oral supplements, but like ointments and massage creams and things like arnica oil, anti-inflammatory. It's got like those anti-inflammatory properties again, so it's like really good in like different massage oils and some of those sorts of things. So yes, but yeah, I think I'm running out of energy now and things to say. So much going on in my mind. My mind is like constantly busy trying to work out how to be the best human being I can be at any given time, in any moment, but then also trying to work out who I am and what I'm doing in life and where I'm going and what's the next step. You know, I'm a really deep person. I don't do superficial. Oh, and quite possibly I have ADD because I have a very short attention span. My partner is very ADD. That's right, chocolate. Yeah, so last night, me going off on a million tangents. After eating the Vietnamese soup, I was like, what do I want to eat? What are the last few things I want to eat that I'm not going to be eating? And Matt was asleep because he has a funny sleeping schedule at the moment. He's an engineer, but he does some work from home, work in the office. Oh, shit, I dropped that. But he was sleeping, so he didn't come out for dinner with me last night. I had to urgently go to the toilet, so after eating my meal, I came home. I was like, I've got to go to the toilet. Thanks, irritable bowel. Fantastic. And I'm hoping that that is going to subside and get better as well with changing up my diet. But I came home and I said to Matt, look, I'll go get you a steak. I'll sous vide you a nice T-bone steak. I'll get a really big one so I can have some of it later as well as a bit of a snack. He needs to eat better as well. So I was like, I'll get you some broccoli. I'll get some zucchini, get some steak. I'll get you some like, the bags of rice you can get where you can just cook it in the microwave for 2 minutes and there you go. So we get this really nice basmati rice, Tilda brand, and it's got like lemongrass and chili in it. So I got him a couple of packets of that just so for the first few days that I'm on keto, I don't have to worry if he wants to eat it. He could have eaten it last night. He didn't. He's got it for tonight, tomorrow, whatever. But I was just like, I need chocolate. And so I got this, the Lindt or Lindor chocolates. Excellence. It's a dark chocolate with pink grapefruit. It's got a little reduced sticker on it because it has to be eaten by the end of February. It's quite nice, but I've also got like a Cadbury's block of chocolate because you can never have enough chocolate. Well, I can't sometimes. I got a Cadbury's block of Old Gold dark chocolate again, rum and raisin flavor, and that was really nice. But the ironic thing was, this is to prove to you how much I prefer meat and savory foods over sweet. So Matt, on his schedule, he didn't eat his dinner until 11 o'clock last night. I prepped everything for him. The T-bone steak was in the sous vide. So we've got a little sous vide apparatus. I'm probably showing it in another video. So I vac sealed that up and put that on. So it would be like a nice rare steak, and got the pan cleaned for him. So all he had to do was sear that, and I chopped up some of the broccoli and zucchini and put that on a plate and covered it with Glad wrap. And all we had to do was heat it. Strawberry yogurt chocolates. All the yummy things. And so I was eating this chocolate, and because actually in the last week I haven't been eating a lot of chocolate, I've been really minimizing the amount of chocolate I eat. I'll go for things like nuts or just make my banana bread and eat that instead of having chocolate. And so when you're not used to eating something, especially sweet stuff, and you go to eat it again, it's nice, but it can actually be overwhelming and like too sweet. And that's what I found. And then like Matt was eating the steak and the veggies, and I was like, that's my dessert. The steak and the veggies I'm actually looking forward to. So I had a bit of the veggies and some of the steak, and it was so good. I like chopped all the fillets of meat off the steak, off the actual T-bone itself. And I was like chomping on the yummy bits of meat and fat on that bone. I was just like, oh yeah. Yeah, I'm not huge into sweets either, Chris. But meat and fat is just so flavorful and unctuous, and it's so good for you. And that to me was like better than the chocolate. I was just like, yeah, the chocolate was okay, but that meat though, oh my God, it was so good. So, anyway, I just keep rambling. I'm a bit amped up, but I've got to get into the doing stage of things. I've really got to get organized and do stuff. Brain is mostly fat. Okay. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's, no, that makes sense. Yeah, and you think, like, when you say that, I think, because I like eating brain, like, I grew up with having pig on the spit and, lamb on the spit and stuff like that. Whenever we had like birthdays or christenings or things like that, my dad and my uncle would cook up the whole lamb or the whole pig, pour beer or cider or whatever over it. So delicious. And I know it sounds a bit barbaric for some people, but I still love having the head cracked open and eating the brain. I'd make a great zombie. I really would. Watch out. Drina's about. Brain. But yeah, like, you know, I grew up eating brain of animals and kidneys and livers. I want brains. Oh my God, it's so good. About a year or so ago, my partner Matt had some guys that had been working with the engineering company, but they weren't engineers. What are some of these other people that work with engineers? I can't remember, but yeah, you don't always get things like that in the store. I guess it depends on where you are, and again, like what produce you can access. Like for instance, here I can get brains, I can get lamb brains. Can't get cow brain as easy, or pig brains, but lamb's brains, yes, because that tends to be one of the animals here that we can easily access, and for health reasons or just the way that the animal is butchered up, we have easy access to like lamb hearts, livers, kidneys, lamb's fry. Sweetbreads, not so much. That's some of the glands from the animal. Pork sweetbreads. Yeah, I think it's pork. Pork sweetbreads are some of the glands that you get from the pig. You'd have to go to a butcher to get. But yeah, like I remember an ex-partner of mine, he was from Pakistan, and they used to have like the calf leg, so like the calf of the calf. Sounds so funny. But that whole bottom leg and hoof bit cooked up is just gelatinous and delicious and unctuous. And I grew up eating things like pig's trotters, and more recently when I go to like Chinese yum cha and dim sum and stuff like that, I love eating chicken's feet. Anything that's like got all that yummy collagen and gelatinous thing going on of these parts of the animal, I really love it. And recently I actually tried fish eye as well. That was delicious. It was a smoked salmon head. So eating like the bits off the face and like the wing of fish is really delicious. When in the first year that my partner Matt and I were together, so it would have been in March 2015, we sort of started dating in December of 2014. We went to hi, whoever else it is that's dropped in again. I know it was just Chris, but someone else is here. Hello. I don't usually have many people in my live chats, which is fine. Just talking about food and different things we like eating, specifically of animals. So yeah, when Matt and I were first together, we went out up north of where I am in Perth, Western Australia. We live a lot on the coast. And we went to Geraldton, and then you go offshore to a set of islands. I can't remember. I think it's about 50 kilometers offshore. There's a set of islands called the Abrolhos, and they're just so beautiful. The waters out there are pristine, and there's even like really protected waters in some of those areas. And we went fishing, and it was amazing. And Matt was sashimiing up like fresh mackerel and fresh tuna, and it was, oh my God, it was so good. And snorkeling out there in crystal clear divine water was just one of the best experiences. And seeing, do you remember when we saw the wobbegong shark?
Yeah.
And I was like, there's a shark! There's a shark!
And it was so clear, it was 10 meters deep, and it looked like it was 2 or 3.
It was so pretty, this big wobbegong shark. Thank God it was just a wobbegong and not like a baby great white or, yeah. You don't see them in the store, like the, what don't you see in the store? Brains. I know, I'm talking with Chris now on the video. Yeah, I know, it's hard, like, to get the thing that you want all the time. It can get frustrating, especially if you do have quite a varied taste in like your meats and fishes and things like that. My battery is actually getting low and my charger is not out here, so I will go now. But thanks for sticking around and chatting with me, Chris. It was really nice to have someone to chat to. And speaking of food, what time would it be over there for you? So it's 4:19. So you're probably at about 3 in the morning, I'd say. About 3:30 in the morning there for you. I'm guessing. I'm just guessing, or maybe a bit earlier even. Anyway, yeah, yay! Thank you. It was really cool. But I hope you have. Oh, yes. I thought it would be a bit earlier because you're like in central USA, aren't you? So yeah. Well, I hope you have a good rest if you're going to have a sleep and then a really nice breakfast. And I'm going to get on with my afternoon and do some tidying up and some cooking of food. I'm going to finish eating some more chocolate because that ain't happening tomorrow. All right, well, take care and have a nice rest and yeah, enjoy the rest of your day ahead. All right then, thank you. Bye.